Hey everyone, it's January 27th, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share it with Lam Kwok-wai, one of only two known serial killers Hong Kong has ever seen. Born in 1971, he was known as the Tien Mun Rapist and the Sex Devil, and that is him right up here. Lam spent his adolescence in the Tien Mun district in an impoverished area where many children fall between the cracks, becoming truants and experimenting with drug use. The Sun Yee-on Triad, effectively the Chinese mafia, was known to have a strong presence in Tiananmen, engaging in drug sales, prostitution, and working as Shylocks. Local children were recruited by the gang, and this was the environment that surrounded Lam as he grew up. His father had him late in life, and he was raised in a home with a stepmother and four siblings after his mother left the family when he was 3 years old. Lam's dad spent his nights drinking heavily, and he never had a close relationship with anyone in his home. His sister reportedly said, night after night, father would sit and drink and say nothing while the rest of the family would watch television in silence. Lam dropped out of school in 1986 at the age of 15, and that same year his father ran afoul of loan sharks and left for Macau to let the heat die down. He began running with a bad crowd, shoplifting, getting into fights, and chasing down stray dogs and killing them. He wound up in juvenile hall, and after he got out, he started gambling heavily and using drugs, largely medicated cough syrup, and found that he was a skilled illegal street racer. One night in 1992, Lam was in the midst of a drinking binge and decided to attack a woman he saw exit a cab, squeezing her throat until she passed out as he raped her. It didn't take long until he did it again, following a woman home from her job as a cocktail waitress. After a series of rapes over the next few months, he finally took the next step from serial rapist to murderer. He choked a woman to death during his assault as she returned home from a late-night gambling session at a mahjong parlor, committing acts of necrophilia after he killed her. He killed again a few months later, and local police were pouring all their resources into the rapes and murders that had the locals on edge. Residents marched in the street to protest inadequate policing, and Lam fled to the Hung Hom region, where he killed again. But with his MO matching the series of rapes and killings the police already knew about, they quickly realized this third murder was committed by the same man from Tiananmen. Lam was caught when one of his victims survived his assault, and he asked her to go on a date with him. Shaken by what had just happened to her, she agreed to meet him the next night. Smartly, she went to the police, and the authorities ran a sting operation, bringing him in when he approached her. Behind bars, Lam confessed to 3 murders and 10 rapes, and told police that he'd eaten part of the intestines of one of his victims. When he faced trial, he was convicted and sentenced to 11 terms of life in prison. A low-budget horror film called The Rapist was based on his life and released in 1994. If this was your birthday, I hope you had a great day. And if you know somebody whose birthday it is today, please send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Lam Kwok-wai, I have to say, happy birthday, you bastard.